The Teaching Learning Critical Pathways is a model used to organize precise teaching and student learning. The Teaching Learning Critical Pathways, or TLCP, embeds the belief that all students can learn and that all teachers can teach to high standards and articulate their practice. It can change the culture of an institution by believing that students can achieve high results when engaged in the use of rich, authentic texts. The basic idea of the pathway is that classroom practice can be organized in a practical, precise, and highly personalized manner for each student, with the intended outcome being increased achievement for all students. The TLCP is a three-stage process. Stage 1 deals with getting the pathway started. Stage 2 is about checking in with the professional learning community. And Stage 3 is about reflecting on the student outcomes. Stage 1, getting started. It deals with gathering evidence of student learning, determining the area of greatest need, building clusters of expectations related to the area of greatest need, reviewing current practice, and developing classroom assessments related to a culminating task. Evidence. First, gather evidence by asking yourself, what evidence of student achievement do you currently have? This can be EQAO scores, report card marks in reading, or board-based diagnostic assessments such as DRA, CASI, or running records. Ask, what is the area of greatest need? Connect the need to the curriculum expectations in reading. It could be analyzing text, responding to and evaluating text, or any other reading expectation. Next, review your current practice. What do you already do? This can include guided reading groups, differentiated instruction, and read alouds, to name a few. Next, design your classroom assessment. Ask yourself, what should students know, do, and understand at the end of the pathway? This again is connected to your expectations. Develop a rubric, success criteria, and a culminating post-assessment. Create a data wall to record student progress. This class data wall is based on the professional judgment of the teachers on pre-assessment, predicting student success, target settings, and results. Stage 2 is the action of the professional learning community, or PLC. It consists of collectively planning a 6-week learning block, sharing learnings, and creating a culminating task. Collectively plan a 6-week learning block. Start with the big idea. Introduce the big idea concept as an area of focus. This can be agents of change, power of social media, or any other big idea you may have. Teachers look at different texts to find rich texts that include the big idea for the pathway. Then include high-yield teaching strategies by talking about best practice. This can include the use of graphic organizers, following the guided release of responsibility principle, or any other. Include metacognitive strategies so that students think about how they are learning. Lastly, connect the task to the assessments. This professional learning community holds everyone accountable. Checking in. This is about sharing the evidence about student learning. The evidence can be reading responses, retells, scribed answers to comprehension questions, whatever was decided in the setting up phase. Select one student as a marker student, whose progress will be shared at each meeting. Identify the students to watch, as those might be at risk. Bring in student work to share and deconstruct the work using the success criteria in the rubric to suggest next steps. Share teaching practices and embed conversations to find solutions for challenges. Reflect on the TLCP actions and next steps. Students complete the culminating task. Stage 3, outcomes. This stage deals with teacher-moderated marking, reflection on the learning process, and communication of results onto the data wall. Conduct the teacher moderation. Is there a difference in student achievement? Each teacher brings student work to share, and one piece is moderated by the group. The group then forms teams and moderates 3 to 4 more pieces of student work. Make sure to include the puzzling ones. Data for individual students is collected and placed on the classroom data wall. Next steps are generated for each of the students. Engage in reflection. What did we learn? Based on our inquiry, what do we want to do next? Were there most effective high-yield strategies chosen? What does or doesn't our student evidence tell us about our student learning? How do we know that a high level of student learning was achieved? What will we do for our students who are not meeting with the success? Communication. Share the information that was learned and celebrate success. To recap, the TLPC is a 3-stage precise planning process to target student learning. It requires a full school effort to engage students to demonstrate deep thinking and learning. It provides opportunity for students and teachers to reflect on learning and concludes with next steps that contribute to the next TLCP and school-wide changes.